G'day, I'm David G. Sheshnag Mandia. What on earth is Kundalini? This video is about the trilogy. I've done a little bit of research. Just a little bit. And I spent half my time spaced out. I'm not a musician and I'm not an artist, so I don't have that right-sided brain thing going on where I'm always in the struggle between trying to convey that unified reality into the expression of art and music. I've got a bigger problem because artists and musicians are sometimes worshipped, whereas philosophers, they're not a dime a dozen. They're pretty rare. Becoming more rare, I think. But anyway, I want to talk about the trilogy. Right, the trilogy, best known trilogy in the Western culture is God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I see that as God the Father. That's the divine essence that encapsulates all of creation. You know, the thing that they call omnipresent. And then there's the Son, who I see as the manifestation in the human vehicle. So you've got the human vehicle, and that is an expression of creation. And then you've got the link between the two, which is the Holy Spirit. Turning that into a yogic perspective, there's the philosophy of Tantra behind yoga, or yoga falls within the umbrella of Tantra. In that they have a god called Shiva, which is seen as pure awareness, the thing in the realm of the divine, which is without attribute. It is totally all-encompassing and totally non-judgmental and totally just allows everything to happen without superimposition. For those who haven't experienced that part of life, then they say that you can experience the wrath of God and whatever else, but I'm not a believer in that. I believe that there's a part of life that is pure being, and it's just a container for creation and manifestation to happen. So there's Shiva in the yogic philosophy, and then that equates to God in the Christian philosophy. Then there's the man, the physical being, and I see that as Shakti because everything in creation, according to the yogic philosophy, is Shakti. That's why there is huge worship of Shakti by anyone into Tantra, because everything in creation, whether it's a wavelength or a proton or a neutron or positive or negative energy or a solid energy or a subtle energy or everything, is seen as an expression of Mother Nature or the feminine component of life, known as Shakti. So that equates to Jesus in regards to creation, the human vehicle that is created to experience the divine. Then there's the third component, close to my favourite. The third component is known as Kundalini. That is the equivalent of the Holy Spirit. When people are saying, I'm having a Kundalini awakening, basically their spirit is something they're becoming aware of, and as they transgress through the experience, they're becoming more and more aware of the subtle components of their life, which is still manifested experience, but they're working more and more towards the direct experience and unification of that all-pervading reality. So in the mornings, sometimes I sit in the Sheshnag Mandir, the temple that I'm building dedicated to the Sanskrit alphabet. If you want to know about the Sanskrit alphabet, check the last video before this one, to do with my God resides in an alphabet. That's why I'm building a temple dedicated to an alphabet, to dedicate the temple to God. So when I chant in the morning in the temple, I do 3 mantras. One is dedicated to Shiva, One is acknowledgement of creation, and one is to stimulate the link between the two in the form of Kundalini. There is a video on this channel, and if you like the channel or the video, push the like button. If you want to subscribe, punch the subscribe button in the face. But there's a video on the channel to do with Sheshnag and how the Kundalini becomes Sheshnag once it shoots out the top chakra, Sahasrara chakra, which is 1,000 petals, and there's 1,000 vibrations that connect you to the divine. So the Kundalini starts at the base of the body, goes up through the chakras. Once it gets to Agnya chakra, it turns into Sheshnag, and the hood of Sheshnag, which is overseeing all of the expression of creation, but also connects you directly to the divine. Thanks for watching. This is a video on the trilogy according to the yogic philosophy. Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Mahadev. Share the world.